This week on Movie Mash, I will take this genre and overlay it on this movie to demonstrate how theme impacts every craft decision like character, location, and even dialogue. JC, what is theme? The theme is the clear message that recurs throughout the story. The characters within the story are usually not aware of the theme. It is more of a tool to engage the audience. Why is it important? It helps unify a script and gives the story a purpose in the first place. But how do you find the theme of your story? I'll tell you. But first, let's look at a genre that's had its fair share of themes over the decades. Westerns have fallen in and out of audiences' favour since the genre's inception, forcing it to reinvent itself. From classic to spaghetti to revisionist to contemporary and even science fiction. It means the themes have evolved too, like the conquest of the wilderness, resistance to modern change, codes of morality like honour, sacrifice, revenge, retribution. When I think of When Harry Met Sally, a few key descriptors jump to mind. Love, friendship, sex. Yes, these are all possible themes, but they don't exactly inspire direction or conviction, do they? So I'm here to tell you about this little thing called a thematic statement. It is one clear, coherent sentence that describes how and why life changes from one condition of existence at the beginning to another at the end. You can use it as an argument for and against your idea within your story. So let's revisit the movie to find our one clear idea that will become our thematic statement. Harry and Sally meet when they are 21.
Sorry.
He tells her that
men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
So the movie is thematically about whether men and women can be friends, right?
Wrong!
Let's look at what else happens in the plot to find the overarching theme. They make each other laugh.
Yeah, nothing from her, not even a smile.
They do activities together. They counsel each other.
And maybe longer before we're actually able to go to bed with someone new.
Oh, I went to bed with her.
You went to bed with her?
They call each other out.
You never get upset about Joe.
Not the way you do it, like you're out for revenge or something.
Their falsities fall away as their friendship deepens, and they show their vulnerability to one another.
And I'm gonna be 40!
When?
Someday.
The movie is about friendship, but is specific in exploring how to build a meaningful relationship with another person through platonic intimacy and communication.
Could you come over? He's getting married.
I'll be right there.
So here's some example sentences to define its thematic statement. Love can only blossom out of friendship, the place where true intimacy and vulnerability reside. Or, friendship is a necessary ingredient for love. Without it, it's a doomed relationship. Both these sentences take a stand, and we can see how a writer could argue for and against these. Yes, Harry and Sally's love blossoms out of their friendship, but on the flip side, Jess and Marie's relationship doesn't.
I read that in a magazine.
I wrote that.
That's amazing. Don't you think that's amazing? And you wrote it?
Yes, Harry and Sally's friendship is a necessary ingredient for their love. But again, Jess and Marie meet on a double date and build their relationship from there.
I think I'll get a cab.
I'll go with you.
Great.
Then I will never want that wagon wheel coffee table.
You will never have to be out there again.
Either way, I hope you can see how those two statements provide conviction, direction, and purpose for a writer. Nora Ephron has crafted the theme into every aspect of the story, staying within the expectations of the genre, of course. Harry's statement that
He said that men and women could never really be friends.
is his driving force to relationships at the beginning of the movie. But as we see, piece by piece, his bravado melts away and he grows as a character and builds intimacy with Sally.
And the great thing is, I don't have to lie because I'm not always thinking about how to get her into bed.
His internal journey serves the theme and vice versa. Look at how the seasons change around them. Building an intimate relationship takes time. At one point, we're inside Harry's empty apartment,
It was the most uncomfortable night of my life.
and we see it develop as he does. All these seemingly insignificant details enhance the theme. The camera also supports a story about connection and intimacy. Look at the distance between them when the connection is failing or challenged. Compared to when it is blossoming or developing. Harry and Sally share in surface level conversations.
A faceless guy rips off your clothes, and that's the sex fantasy you've been having since you were 12. Exactly the same.
Well, sometimes I varied it a little.
Which part?
What I'm wearing.
But also truly vulnerable ones.
All of a sudden, I'm in the middle of this massive anxiety attack. My heart's beating like a wild man, and I start sweating like a pig.
All this time, I've been saying that he didn't want to get married. But the truth is, he didn't want to marry me.
Both are crucial in developing their relationship. Nora Ephron is a genius for including them. She understood that sometimes the magic of relationships is in the mundane. So let's mash When Harry Met Sally with a Western flavour, and I will demonstrate the influence theme can have on your writing decisions while staying true to a genre. Are you ready for this? Harry Burns, a poker master, wants to avenge his father's death and hires a marshal to help him, the highly skilled, highly stubborn Sally Albright. They butt heads constantly.
When the shit comes down, I'm gonna be prepared, and you're not. That's all I'm saying.
In the meantime, you're gonna ruin your whole life waiting for it.
But as the hunt to track down the man who murdered Harry's father fluctuates between the mundane and dire, they learn what true companionship is. One way we can express the theme of love and friendship through Harry's character is to have him start as a lone wolf, a trope where a masculine character shuns emotion and help of any kind. Harry would track down the murderer by himself if he could, preferring to be alone. This behaviour is supported by his relationship with his horse. The most trustworthy relationship he has to date. It'd be great to see Harry talk to his horse in this version like he does to Jessie in the original.
But just because I happen to mention that she has a good personality, she could be either. She could be attractive with a good personality or not attractive with a good personality.
Every one of them's bad, except you.
Also, Harry's skill at cards allows him to project all the bravado he can muster. The more vulnerable he becomes throughout, the more Sally can tell when he's bluffing. In westerns, harsh, desolate landscapes or isolated ranches can dramatize the protagonist's state of mind. It'd be fun to do the same for Harry and Sally. At the beginning, when they hate each other, conversations take place in the harsh midday sun in the open desert, or by the last burning embers of fire in a forest at night.
It's amazing. You look like a normal person, but actually you are the angel of death.
But the more honest they become, the more variety we see. Like conversations at sunrise or sunset. Perhaps a more intimate moment involving water, like a river or rain.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you about it, but I don't know. I felt strange about it.
Why?
Well, because we've been spending so much time together.
Oh, I think it's great that you have a date.
You do?
Yeah.
Involving more of the world around them dramatizes their developing connection. It could also be fun to include a saloon with raucous piano music playing and gambling and drinking and what else do they do? Shooting. Taking them out of the wilderness where it was just the two of them and putting them into society could strain the relationship. They don't know how to act around each other in a crowd. Perhaps this happens when Harry and Sally's relationship is at its most vulnerable. The trail on the murder has gone cold and the two of them have decided to split up and go their separate ways.
I'm not saying last night wasn't great.
It was.
Yes, it was.
We just never should have done it.
An exciting way to add the Western flair to dialogue between Harry and Sally is to involve their shooting skills. For the first half of the movie, Harry dominates, winning every argument and shooting game that they play.
Because it's already out there.
Oh, geez, what are we supposed to do? Call the cops, it's already out there.
At the movie's midpoint, Sally wins an argument and a shooting game for the first time, forcing Harry to view her in a new light.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Why not even include a Mexican standoff when things get more heated?
Forever. It just happened.
It happened 3 weeks ago.
Showing us how much tension and hurt there is between them, and how much they've developed as characters, especially when Harry is the first one to lower his gun.
You know how a year to a person is like 7 years to a dog?
Yes? Is one of us supposed to be a dog in this scenario?
Yes,
Who is the dog?
you are.
I am. I am the dog. I am the dog.
But you looked up at me with his big weepy eyes. Don't go home tonight, Harry. Hold me a little longer, Harry. What was I supposed to do?
What are you saying? You took pity on me?
No, I was...
Fuck you.
Here are some key questions that will help you write the thematic statement that best serves the story you wish to tell. If you want to see me do more videos on theme, then put it in the comments below. Until the next Smash, bye! What is theme? I just spat. It sort of fits on my head. We must persevere, so... I'm just gonna hide down here while this person moves their car. If you enjoyed my thoughts on When Harry Met Sally, why not check out this video on romance dramas?